Good evening. Welcome to Rhema Leadership Institute. I am Dr. Craig Comanche, and it is an honor to teach you this class. It is an honor to be with you today. Happy Monday. Yes, this is a Monday, and we're going to be on we're in your new textbook. For those of you who don't have it yet, you need to get it. Christmas is right around the corner. And we're on leadership. These are personalities of leadership. This is by John Poole. This is what your textbook looks like. And we are in chapter 3. Chapter 3. The title of this particular lesson is Empowering People. How do you empower people? Excellent leaders empower individuals and teams so that those working for them feel the same sense of responsibility for their work as the leader. Much of this is down to the organizational climate and the way people are engaged and trusted. People are engaged and trusted. You can't do it all by yourself. That's something I really need you to understand that as a leader, you cannot do it all by yourself. You will wear yourself out. And you just give up. You will abort your mission and your plan. You're going to get tired, frustrated, and it's going to be rough on you. So you can't do it all by yourself. Number one, being a leader doesn't mean you do everything yourself. You must learn to let go and trust. Trust others to deliver. You must learn to trust other people. Number two, probably the biggest loss resulting from a leader not being prepared to let go is the impact it will have on the climate for those working under the leader. When a leader is too heavily involved in doing the work, individuals are likely to feel distrusted, devalued, and unclear about their role in delivering the objectives of the organization. Read it to you again. When a leader is too heavily involved in doing the work, individuals are likely to feel distrusted, devalued, and unclear about their role in delivering the objectives of the organization. Number three, what we have not so far described in this situation is the impact it is likely to have on you. Watch this. Your health and your sanity. Very quickly, you are likely to become tired, ineffective, and this could potentially lead you to burning yourself out and not being able to keep up. You don't want to try to do everything yourself. You have to have a clarity of the mission. It's very important that you be able to articulate and to clarify whatever your mission is, with a business, with a ministry, whatever it is you're doing. If you're a leader, you need to be able to effectively communicate, articulate, and clarify the mission or the objective so that those underneath you will have a clear understanding of what they are required to do. So how clearly does your team understand the overall purpose or mission of your team or the organization? Is that deep understanding? Number four, clarity of mission is so much more than just being able to recite verbatim a set of standards or a set of statements about what the organization is and what it is set up to achieve. It is about far deeper, even emotional understanding by all individuals of the organization's purpose and their role in delivering it. And their role in delivering it. Number 5, every person in the team, whatever their role, needs to understand the overall direction and what success looks like for the organization as a whole and within their own role. And within their own role. What does success look like overall for the organization, and what does success look like concerning their own role? Without this understanding, individuals will not be able to apply themselves in a meaningful way. Without this understanding, individuals will not be able to apply themselves in a meaningful way. Number 6, you are far more likely to obtain the level of commitment suggested here if individuals feel fully bought in to the vision. One way to develop a sense of ownership is to involve people in the development of the vision. So how do you get people to become more involved? One way is to involve them in the developmental processes, right, of the vision or of the organization or what it is that they're going to be doing. Involve them. Get feedback. Ask questions. Ask what are their thoughts concerning specific matters. How do they envision it? What will make it run more smoothly, more efficiently? You want to always bring people in and ask them what their ideas are and use some of their ideas. Don't just bring them in to ask them what their ideas are as a game and then you don't ever implement any of their ideas. It's going to be bad for you in the long run. Because people will catch on, right? People will say, well, he's just asking or she's just asking, but he doesn't really mean it because he's not going to do anything that I suggest. So people won't feel like their input is important. And as a result, they are not going to fully buy in to the vision for the organization or the overall purpose of the organization. Okay? So one way to develop a sense of ownership is to involve people in the development of the vision. Instead of merely imposing your own vision, ask others for their perspectives. Seek their input and keep them involved throughout its development. Keep them involved throughout its development. Number 7, and this is effective delegation. You have to know how to delegate authority. You have to know how to be effective in doing this. Okay? So, number 7, effective delegation is about letting go of the ownership of an activity to truly pass on the responsibility to the receiving individual. In other words, let's say that there's a task that needs to be completed or a task that needs to be initiated and done. So you ask a person if they are capable of delivering and they say yes. How do you effectively delegate it? You tell them, okay, here's such and such and such and such. That responsibility is now yours. I'm counting on you to fulfill that or carry that out. And then leave it alone. Let them receive the full weight and responsibility of delivery without your interference. That is delegating authority. Without your interference. You do not have to be present to micromanage and to oversee everything, right? You take care of your part and you let the others take care of their part. That will create an effective organization, ministry, business, or whatever. In the words of Bill Belichick, everybody just do your job. I like that. Y'all know I'm a Patriots fan. Okay. Number 8. What about learning to listen? The sign of an excellent leader is that they are not afraid to spend time truly listening to, one, the ideals people may have to improve the organization and the way it functions. What about the ideas? People have ideas. As a leader, you need to listen to the ideas that people may have to improve the organization and the way it functions. You need to receive feedback on how things are going and the climate people are experiencing. You need to receive feedback on the leader's own performance. You're going to need to have feedback on your performance as a leader. Don't be afraid to ask, hey, what do you think about me? What do you think about how I'm leading? What do you think about how I'm doing, A, B, C, or D? Is it effective? How could, what do you see I could do better so that I could improve? Okay. Rumors, gossip, word on the street, discussion amongst employees. You need to know what are the people, that you're leading, what are they talking about? What's the discussion? What's the gossip? What's being said, right? You need to know these things. Asking questions. Number 9, a confident leader is not afraid to ask questions. And most importantly, they are not afraid to listen to the responses. They're not afraid to ask questions, and they're not afraid to listen to the responses. You can't get better as a leader if you don't know. Wow. You can't get better as a leader if you don't know. And you won't know unless you ask. And you can't be afraid to ask, nor can you be afraid of the responses. The impact that this has in terms of building trust and engagement can be extremely powerful. You are effectively saying, while I am the leader, I am not pretending to know all the answers, and I value your input and your experience. I value your viewpoint, and your experience. Body language. What about body language? Hand gestures, this different type of deal. Because we do it, Levels of impact for various aspects of communication. 7% of your communication is communicated via the actual words spoken. 38% is communicated through your tone of voice. 38% is communicated through your tone of voice. And 55% is communicated through your body language. Wow. 7% through your words, 38% through your tone of voice, 55% through your body language. Number 11. So to truly listen to what people are saying, we need to focus on the 93% of the communication that's transmitted, other than the words themselves. Watch this. Force yourself to truly listen to what people are trying to put over when communicating with you. Wow. Force yourself to truly listen to what people are trying to put over when communicating with you. Number 12, trusting others. Having belief in their capability to deliver, however, is only one half of demonstrating trust. The other half is communicated through your willingness to let go of activities or areas of responsibility. Having belief in their capability to deliver is only one half of demonstrating trust. The other half is communicated through your willingness to let go of activities or areas of responsibility. Monitoring progress. Keep a close eye on progress, if only to ensure the individual is coping and making progress. Monitoring too closely, though, might appear to be intrusive and suggest a lack of trust in their capability. Ask them Number 13. One of the best ways to deal with this is to ask the individual up front how they want you to keep track of progress. 1. Trust is one of the most fundamental elements of empowerment. Trust by the leader in his or her people, as well as trust by people in their leader. So trust. Secondly, people need to feel that they can have the freedom to try things out, and if they make the odd mistake in the process, they won't be blamed or criticized. And lastly, without needing to provide explicit direction, a leader can play an important role just by offering to be there as a sounding board. And when individuals need reassurance, I use my wife as a sounding board a lot. I just run stuff by her. Everybody needs someone that they can use as a sounding board. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is what the person is going to do, but a lot of times a person may just want to run something by you just for some real feedback. So sometimes allow people or those up under your leadership to use you as a sounding board. I thank you for everything that you've brought to Rhema Leadership as a student. I look forward to continue serving you in this new year 2020. I want to encourage you, if you have not paid your tuition, please go online at www.Rhema Leadership Institute and pay your tuition. You don't want to get too far behind on your tuition. Come the first of the year, I know in February we're going to be purging. So if you have not caught up with your tuition in February, there's a strong likelihood you may be purged. You've come too far for that. So please, if you haven't caught up on your tuition, please do so now by going to the website and paying your tuition. January 1st is coming around. This is the new year. Make your New Year's resolution. Remember, the secret to your success is found in your daily routine. What are you doing on a daily basis? Are you putting in the work? Do you have a morning meditation? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Are you investing time? Are you investing money into whatever it is that you want to do in your life? You must invest in yourself. If you expect others to invest in you, you must be willing to invest in yourself. Get ready. Get ready for an awesome year. I'm more than happy to get into 2020 with you. We're going to have an awesome time. We're going to increase. I look forward to it. This is your year. You win. You can't be defeated. And hey, grind, 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 and go ahead and execute. Go ahead and execute. I leave you. Happy New Year, and may God bless.